Hello everyone, this is Kona, and thank you for tuning in for another TF2 commentary. Now in this video, I wanted to talk about what the term free-to-play means to you guys. Now when TF2 first came out, it was part of the orange box. That's how I got TF2 in the first place, was I bought it with the orange box, so I got other games like Portal. But TF2, you had to buy it like any other normal game, the kind of like Call of Duty. You have to fork down money before you actually try it. Now, Valve decided to change this model about a year ago and make TF2 free to play. This means that people who didn't really want to fork down the money to begin with, they could now try TF2 with really no risk involved. They can download it for free and try it for free, and if they want to, they can buy something from the Manco store and become a premium member with all these cool items and the ability to trade. Now, when it first came out, when this thing first released as a free-to-play game, people thought that free-to-play meant noob. There was this kind of stigmatization, this kind of way of looking at free-to-play players. When you saw, oh, this guy is so free-to-play, you were actually saying that he was really new to the game and that he sucked. Come on, admit it. Some of you guys have probably done this, but now that the game has been out for over a year in free-to-play, I wanted to discuss what free-to-play meant now. My brother Snape actually started as a free-to-play player. He did not buy the game when I did. He actually bought it when it was free-to-play. So I guess he did that because he figured, oh, well, we might as well try it. It's no real risk, right, to download it. Kind of like Dota 2 right now, at least the Dota 2 beta. I think he has a beta and he's been playing it, but I just signed up for a key, so I'm waiting for my Dota 2 key. I'll try it, what the hell, you know? But yeah, my brother started off as free-to-play, and I think he's actually better than me. And I play with a lot of guys who started off as free-to-play, but they are way better than me. They are definitely not the old version of what we thought free-to-play meant. Now I look like the free-to-play guy. In TF2, I think it's very difficult to judge how good a player is based on if they got the game for free or not. Now, the term hatless may also be used to describe someone who's pretty new to TF2, because hatless means that you are using a free account, you can't get cosmetic items, and therefore you must suck, right? So some people use the term hatless as kind of a synonym for free-to-play. But you know what? I've been thinking about, hats, yeah, they're kind of a cool addition to the game, but to be really good at it, hats don't help. Hats just make you look cool. I honestly think that the default weapons are still pretty good in TF2. Yes, there are a bunch of weapons with these special perks, these special gimmicks, but a lot of the default ones are still very good and very effective, like this, the sticky bomb launcher and the pipe bomb launcher. I think this is one of the most consistently good loadouts for the demo man. The other weapons are kind of gimmicky and they may not work all the time, but I really like the default stuff. And I thought, well, if someone stays free to play, they can still get very good at the default stuff. In fact, the European League for competitive TF2, they only allow the default stuff. They don't allow all this really weird gimmicky stuff that Valve releases whenever they're trying to release something for the general public. For competitive European, they stick to the default vanilla stuff, and they are extremely good with it. They are very good. Rocket jumping, sticky bombs, scattergun, they are very, very good at it. So you can still be free to play, but focus on these default weapons and be very good at them. I consider TF2 a pretty mature first-person shooter. They've been updating it over the years with free updates, no DLC. Thank you, Valve, for not doing DLC. They still have the Manco store, which takes a lot of my money, but still, at least their updates are pretty much free. But since this is a pretty mature first-person shooter, I think a lot of other people who play first-person shooters, like let's say Counter-Strike, they can pick this up very quickly and use this as sort of a casual game, a relaxing game. Even though that there are some really weird stuff in this game like rocket jumping. You don't have rocket jumping in Counter-Strike. But a lot of them, just the basic first-person mechanics like shooting, like sniping, they kind of carry over from these first-person shooters in other games. So I think TF2 being free allows it to be sort of a free casual game that people can use to relax. Sometimes. Sometimes you can rage at this game so much. Now, I don't know how much Valve is making from switching to free-to-play, but they must be making a lot more than the standard model of selling games. Because of these microtransactions, I tend to lose track of how much money I've actually spent, and I could not tell you how much I spent on the Man vs. Machine update. That, I think, is a little overpriced, especially the surplus. I mean, $2 for a surplus ticket is a little bit much. It's more than the actual Man Up ticket. But I think Valve has done a great job in making TF2 free to play with the microtransactions. They sure got a lot of my money. Now, just because this is going to be a free to play game probably forever, it doesn't mean it's actually a bad game. I think TF2 is one of the best, most well-made, refined games out there. There's so much detail that Valve has put in, so much balancing, and listening to the community and getting the community involved, that it doesn't feel like a free-to-play game. Like, I would still actually buy it if I could. Some of these other free-to-play games, they feel very free-to-play because it feels like they're very cheaply made. And it's like, oh well, yeah, now I understand why it's free. But with TF2, it's different. It's a very high, I think it's a very high-quality game, yet they're taking a risk with this free-to-play model, and I think this risk is paying off. I'm not even sure if they considered it a risk, because maybe they were like, yeah, this is gonna work. This is like the perfect kind of test bed to test this kind of model on. So those are my thoughts on TF2 and free-to-play. It's been out for a while now, and I can't call the new guys who are not very good at the game free-to-play anymore. I'm just gonna call them the regular noobs. And this game, you can still be free to play and be very good at it. You don't have to pay to win. It's not that kind of game. Now, I'm curious as to what you guys think about this term free to play. Do you guys call new guys free to play because they suck at the game? I'm very curious if people still use this term. Let me know in the comments below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.